The first dawnlight crept into the stable, casting a warm glow over the rows of stalls. Vasil Embergrove stirred, his eyes slowly opening to the familiar sights and sounds of his workplace. The horses, still sleepy, nuzzled their feed buckets, their gentle whinnies filling the air. Vasil smiled, feeling a sense of comfort and routine wash over him. He began his daily chores, his movements practiced and efficient. The scent of hay and fresh earth filled his nostrils as he worked. As he mucked out the stalls, the sound of his shovel scraping against the concrete floor echoed through the stable. The morning light danced across the walls, casting a warm glow over everything. Vasil's thoughts turned to the upcoming harvest and the long days of work that lay ahead. He felt a sense of pride and responsibility, knowing that he played a crucial role in the village's survival. The air was crisp, with a hint of autumn's chill, and the trees outside rustled softly in the breeze. Vasil's breath misted in the cool air as he worked, and the sound of birds singing in the distance added to the sense of peace. As he worked, he noticed a book waiting for him on the workbench, its cover bearing his name in fresh ink. The unexpected sight gave him a shiver, but he felt drawn to the book, as if it held a secret meant only for him. Vasil's curiosity got the better of him, and he opened the book, revealing pages filled with words that seemed to dance in the morning light. Vasil's eyes scanned the pages, taking in the words that flowed like a gentle stream. The cadence of the text was soothing, echoing the rhythm of his own work in the stable. As he read, the world around him grew quieter, the only sound the soft rustling of pages turning. The words spoke of the land, of the seasons, and the creatures that lived upon it. Vasil felt a sense of connection to the natural world, a sense of belonging that he had never felt before. The air in the stable seemed to thicken, heavy with an unspoken presence. Vasil's heart beat faster, his senses on high alert, as he delved deeper into the book's secrets. The shadows cast by the flickering lamps seemed to twist and turn, taking on shapes that seemed almost alive. Vasil's imagination ran wild, conjuring up images of ancient forests and mythical creatures. The book's words seemed to paint a picture of a world that was both familiar and yet utterly alien. As he read on, the silence in the stable grew thicker, until it seemed to have a presence all its own. Vasil felt like he was being pulled into the book, into a world that was both wondrous and terrifying. The lamps cast eerie shadows on the walls, and the sound of the wind outside seemed to take on a mournful tone. Vasil's breath came in short gasps, as if he was afraid to breathe too deeply, lest he disturb the fragile balance of the world around him. The days passed, and Vasil found himself returning to the book again and again, each reading drawing him deeper into its mysteries. But with each passing night, the stable grew quieter, the shadows cast by the flickering lamps twisting into menacing forms. Tools moved on their own, and doors creaked open, as if pushed by an unseen hand. Vasil felt a presence closing in around him, its cold breath on the back of his neck. He tried to shake off the feeling, but it only intensified, until he could sense the weight of the presence bearing down upon him. The book's words rearranged themselves on the page, taunting him with secrets he couldn't quite grasp. Vasil's heart racing, he tried to flee, but his feet seemed rooted to the spot. The stable was changing, its rhythms and routines twisting into something sinister. The horses, once so gentle, now watched him with cold, unblinking eyes. The air was heavy with the scent of decay, and the sound of tools moving on their own filled the air. Vasil felt like he was trapped in a living nightmare, with no escape from the terror that surrounded him. The presence seemed to be growing stronger, its power coursing through the stable like a dark, malevolent force. The shadows deepened, and the lamps cast an eerie glow over the scene. Vasil's mind was filled with visions of ancient rituals and forbidden knowledge. He felt like he was being drawn into a world of madness, where the laws of reality no longer applied. The book's words seemed to be the key, the doorway to a realm of unspeakable horrors. And Vasil, unable to resist, felt himself being pulled closer, closer to the abyss that yawned open before him. The darkness seemed to have a texture, a palpable presence that filled the air. Vasil's breath came in short gasps, as if he was trying to suck in as much air as possible, before the darkness consumed him. The silence was oppressive, a heavy blanket that suffocated him. Vasil's heart beat faster, his senses on high alert, as he waited for the inevitable. The night wore on, and Vasil's world contracted to a single terrible moment. The stable was a place of comfort and routine, had become a twisted, nightmarish realm. The horses, usually so gentle, now watched him with cold, unblinking eyes. The air was heavy with the scent of decay, and the sound of tools moving on their own filled the air. Vasil's name, once proudly emblazoned on the book's cover, was now fading, erased by some unseen hand. The last page, blank and warm to the touch, seemed to mock him, a cruel reminder of his own mortality. And then the darkness closed in, the horses' eyes flashing with an otherworldly intelligence as they watched Vasil's life slip away. The sound of his own heartbeat was the last thing he heard, a slow, mournful drumbeat that seemed to echo through eternity. Embergrove stood at the threshold, her eyes fixed on the book that lay open on the workbench. The words seemed to dance in the morning light, their cadence a siren's call to the unsuspecting. Mela's hand reached out, her fingers brushing against the page as she began to read. The world around her grew quieter, the shadows cast by the flickering lamps twisting into menacing forms. A presence stirred, its cold breath whispering a single terrible word, "Welcome." Mela's eyes scanned the pages, taking in the words that flowed like a gentle stream. She felt a sense of connection to the natural world, a sense of belonging that she had never felt before. The air in the stable seemed to thicken, heavy with an unspoken presence. Mela's heart beat faster, her senses on high alert, as she delved deeper into the book's secrets.